Sexual minorities have become increasingly visible to the public. Since the legalization of same-gender marriage in the Netherlands in 2001, 37 countries and regions now legally perform and recognize equal marriage rights for same-gender couples. However, many people still harbor negative attitudes towards homosexual individuals, especially gay men. Have you ever heard negative comments about gay men, such as, "They are never serious in relationships. They have sex with anyone. Gay men should not be allowed to adopt children since they are promiscuous and are not able to sustain stable relationships." In fact, both casual observation and research suggest that gay men, as a group, tend to engage in more casual sex than other sexual orientation groups, although this is certainly not true for all gay men. Many people view having numerous sexual partners and engaging in one-night stands negatively, considering such behavior to be psychologically disordered. However, evolutionary psychology provides a straightforward explanation for these observations that is unrelated to any psychological problems. Evolutionary psychology is founded upon Darwinism, which posits that evolution results from natural and sexual selection. Within a species, individuals with certain features are more likely to pass their gene variants onto the next generation. An adaptive, evolutionary explanation implies that many of our behaviors and psychological features can be best understood as a result of how natural selection solved the challenges humans faced during our evolution. According to this framework, one of the fundamental differences between the sexes relates to the potential consequences of sexual activity. For women, sexual activity can result in pregnancy and, subsequently, breastfeeding. These are major investments of time and energy, and in the past, they would have been challenging to manage successfully without considerable assistance. For men, sexual activity does not necessitate such a significant investment. Additionally, the potential benefits of sexual activity differ between women and men. A woman's maximum number of offspring is limited to only a few, whereas a man's potential maximum number of offspring is theoretically unlimited, with some men in history having fathered hundreds of children. This means that acquiring an additional sexual partner can increase the number of offspring a man has, without requiring much additional effort, whereas for women, this is not the case. The evolutionary psychological framework predicts that this difference in obligatory parental investment, as it is called, and the practically unlimited potential reproductive benefits of sex for men have resulted in a major difference in how choosy men and women are about with whom and how easily they engage in sexual activity. Another way to put this is to say that in male-female dating situations, men are usually more motivated to engage in sexual activity than women, and that women are usually more restrictive. In one study, for example, people were asked whether they would accept a sexual invitation from a person of the opposite sex whom they had never met. Supporting the theoretical framework outlined above, around 75% of men would accept this sexual invitation from a stranger, while almost all the women refused. Importantly, this theoretical framework can also be used to predict and explain differences in casual sexual activity and the number of sexual partners between different sexual orientation groups. According to this framework, both heterosexual and gay men can be predicted to be equally interested in casual sexual activity, whereas both heterosexual and lesbian women are predicted to be less interested in casual sex. However, in terms of actual casual sexual activity, the interest of heterosexual men is limited by women's more restrictive attitudes. For gay men, for whom the other person is also a man with an equally high interest in casual sexual activity is more likely to actually occur. Another way to put this is to say that gay men are exactly like heterosexual men, but that the difference in their behavior comes about because of the sex of their partner. Gay men behave in the way heterosexual men would like to behave. It is important to keep in mind that the predictions of this framework are about groups of individuals, but that an individual's actual behavior in a given situation is influenced by a multitude of other factors as well.